like, oh my god, I've never tasted something so good in my life. You get me? With time, you will realize that it won't even be like a chore or something that you have to think about. You in competition with each other, trying to get you to drink water, and here I am making a YouTube video to try and get you to drink water. So clearly everybody wants you to drink water. But you're a tough cookie. Probably really tough because you're dehydrated. You're not a tough cookie, you're a dry cookie. And you might actually have the cheat code. All thanks to me. Drink more water. Worry about nada.
Hello beautiful person, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Miss Lani, and as you can tell from the title, today we are going to discuss 9 tips to trick yourself into drinking more water. Now this is a follow-up of a video that I did months ago. You would know this if you've been subscribed to me for a while, and it's like a small percentage of you guys. I provided reasons why drinking water is very important for anyone, for you. So I know that as much as one knows that drinking water is very important, sometimes it's just really hard to maintain. And I'm so sorry if it's loud, but our house was fumigated today, and without opening the window I can't breathe properly, so I'm sorry. I hope it's not too loud. Anyway, so I know that it's hard to remember or to keep it up, and sometimes it's just the taste and you're not used to it and you just don't want to do it. So today I'm going to provide you ways to kind of trick yourself into drinking more water. Okay. Oh, in case you want to watch that video, I'm gonna link it on the cards. In case you think that knowing the reasons will give you a boost. Okay. Anyway, let's get into today's video. All right, tip number 1. So if you spend a lot of time in a place like if you see me glancing to the side, my notes are this side. Okay. So tip number 1, if you spend a lot of time in a place like a home, an office, or a studio, something of the sort, make it a point to have a bottle of water or a jar of water or whatever it is that you like, and kind of get yourself, make it some sort of a game to drink water every time you spot that bottle, that glass, that jar, or whatever it is that you prefer. It's gonna be boring and kind of tedious in the beginning, but your body as time goes on will get used to the intake, and you will just find yourself wanting water as time goes. Trust me, this is one of the things that I did when I started getting myself to drink more water, and it works like a charm. Within a week you will see a difference in your water intake. One thing that also helps if you're going to use this technique is putting a motivational quote, an affirmation, or a joke, something quirky, something that's going to tell your brain that this is something good or this is something exciting. I'm not sure what it's called. Is that like a dose of dopamine? Is that dopamine? I'm not sure, I confuse these things, but literally if you like jokes and you put a joke there that's gonna make you laugh throughout the day, every time your brain is going to connect drinking water as some sort of a fun time. This is a concept that we'll get into in another video, but just try that. A joke, an affirmation, a motivational quote, whatever rocks your boat. That will help you. It will help program your brain actually into thinking that drinking water is fun. I mean, it is fun, but if you're here, you definitely need to be convinced. So, yeah. If you are always on the go, I think I've talked about people that are always in a building or something of the sort. But if you're always on the go, perhaps you could keep a bottle of water in your bag, right? And make a pact with yourself that whenever you see that bottle, you take a couple of sips or whatever it is, and make it a point also that when you get to any building or a place where you can get
more water, you can refill your bottle, or you can buy another bottle if you buy still water or sparkling water or whatever the case is. Okay, that's a pretty damn long tip number 1, but I think this is really fun. I can attest to it because this is something that I tried and it worked for me. Okay. Tip number 2 is a good one for those that do not like the taste of water. I used to be that person. I just didn't get the point. Like my granny would drink water all the time. She's like, oh, it's delicious. I'm like, no, it's only delicious after you run and then you drink water. You're like, oh my God, I've never tasted something so good in my life. Other than that, I never used to think that it is. So if you're that person, I have a trick for you. You could add flavoring to your water. It does not affect it in any way. If anything, it adds to it, especially if you add fruits. You could add berries, lemon, cucumber. The list is endless, really. You can just add that and have some sort of flavoring. Some people actually prefer stuff like mint, ginger, I don't know what else, like, but all those type of things. So that is something that you can totally do to kind of spice up the whole. Again, that gives you, I hope that what I'm looking for is dopamine. I don't think it's cortisol. If it's not cortisol, it's also something else. I don't know. I'll look it up. But that also like builds up excitement when it comes to drinking water. If you love berries or you have whatever it is that you like in there, you're going to look forward to drinking water because of that, whatever flavoring you have in there. You get me? So here is another thing. Sparkling water is a great option, flavored or unflavored. Now, I know that maybe like fizz raises some questions, but there is absolutely no proof at this point that this is bad for you. I mean, I don't know. It says from my research that there's limited research. So you could knock yourself out if that's what you prefer, because there's absolutely no evidence that fizz is bad for you. And if you like, I had a sparkling water phase. I liked flavored sparkling water. Nachi is my favorite flavor, and I think that worked very well for me. And it's like, I think it's a very good substitute for like Coca-Cola and all those other unhealthy drinks. Okay. Tip number 3 is for those people that just don't like going over, a lot, like putting a lot of energy into the whole drinking water process. This is something that's going to be quick. So say you think a glass of water is too big, like you think it terrifies you. You're like, oh my God, I don't want to drink it. Try and challenge yourself into drinking half of that glass. Like, you can fill it all the way up and challenge yourself to drink half. If you're not the kind of person that needs to be excited about something, like, in the eating fruits aspect or affirmations aspect, you could be excited by a challenge, so you could like, oh, I'm gonna drink half. Again, your body is going to get used to the intake, and as time goes on, you're gonna realize that you want to drink more. You will find yourself at one point having finished the glass. Another thing you could do is keep a bottle with you, or something with measurements, because then you will see your progress. Like, oh, I have drank 250 ml so far. I want to get to 500. I want to get to this. If you like a challenge, this is a good one for you. I don't know what you think, but I think it's a good one. Tip number 4. This one is also for people that are just too lazy to get into the whole shebang of eating fruits or whatever, affirmations and stuff. Take a sip, not a sip, but more than that. Drink some water before eating. Now, this is also going to be good for people who would like to practice eating less. So say you think, oh, you eat a lot of food. If you drink water before that, it's kind of going to fill you up. We talked about this before on that other series. It's going to fill you up and you're not going to eat as much, right? But the point here is, the often you eat, the more you're gonna drink water. So if you remember to drink water before a meal, if you have meals 3 times a day and you're like, I'm gonna drink 500 meals at a time, you would have taken 1.5 liters of water, which is quite frankly a lot for someone who's trying to get into the whole drinking water thing. So this is something you can take up as well, and with time you will realize that it won't even be like a chore or something that you have to think about. You will just naturally do it. You'll find yourself going over to the tap or to the fridge to get some water before eating. It will feel wrong to not drink water before you eat. Tip number 5 is for those that spend a lot of time on their phones. Get an app to track your cups, or an app to remind you to drink water, like an alarm will go off when you need to drink water. This may work for some people, but it needs discipline. It needs extreme discipline. If you're a disciplined person, this is something you could try. If you need to kind of up your discipline, perhaps you could try it as well, but it may be discouraging. I'm talking from experience, because the alarm would go off and I would be too lazy to go and get a glass of water, or I would just simply switch it off and go on with my life. So you need to be absolutely disciplined, but there are so many smart apps that you can use. Some people use their watches. The watch thing, it's fancy pantsy. It's stuff that I don't know about, but I just know that, you know, there's those health watches, whatever, that track your steps, your whatever. You can use that as well. Now we're talking about, you know, apps that you can get on your phone, just, you know, as a regular person, right? So try that if you're disciplined, or if you think that you can instill some discipline. I was just talking about Miss and Mr. Fancy Pansy. I don't know what exactly I said, but if you're Miss or Mr. Fancy Pansy, you might actually need to get like a tech bottle. There are apparently tech bottles that come with like an app. It could be in connection with the app. They also send reminders, like those apps that I talked about on the previous point. They track your cups. There's just so many things that they do. There's different bottles offer different things. So, you know, it's obviously different companies in competition with each other, trying to get you to drink water. And here I am making a YouTube video to try and get you to drink water. So clearly everybody wants you to drink water. But you could look for a bottle that is perfect for you, for what you prefer, what you like, and you'll be good to go. Tip number 7. Now, I do not think that this would get a lot of water into your body. I do not even think that you would even register in your mind that you're drinking water, but it's worth a try. I'm just trying to get you to drink some water, okay? So if you order or you make like a super sweet drink and you just cannot bear the taste of it, you could just add water or add ice in it. So this will tone down the sweetness, and it, in some sense, you would have drank water. I don't think it's a good one. Let me add something extra on there that I also talked about on the previous series. I call it a series because it's a series on TikTok, but it's not a series here, it's a video. But on the previous video, when you drink alcohol, right, here's the good trick. In order for you not to get too drunk or to have a super huge hangover the following day, alternate your drinks with your alcohol with drinking some water. It really, trust me, it lessens the headache the next morning, and you don't get too drunk too quickly. You can just throw them down and just still be standing, you know. I mean, I hope that helps. The last part, it will definitely help. The first one, I think it's a reach. Yeah, I'm just reaching, but it's worth a try. Tip number 8. Now, if you have not been impressed by any of the points that I've mentioned so far, well, you're a tough cookie. Very tough, you. You're probably really tough because you're dehydrated. You're not a tough cookie, you're a dry cookie. Oh my god. Am I making dead jokes? Anyway. I hope this one is good for you. If you don't like drinking water, you must love eating at least. So, incorporate some water-rich foods into your diet. This includes like citrus fruits, watermelons, cucumbers, and stuff like that. The ones that I've mentioned so far, they are they have more than 90% of water. They contain 90+% of water. So if you make sure that you eat a number of, I saw a girl on TikTok talking about how she is obsessed with the nachos. She'll always eat a nachi. What's her name? I think her name is Risana or Rusana, something like that. So if you eat like Risana, if you eat nachos, or you just love watermelon, or you love cucumber like me and Lil Baby, this will help you like not go through all these processes that I've talked about. You can still live your best life and eat your favorite foods and have a good water intake. You just need to increase. You can't eat one nachi and be like you're good for the day. No, let's just not. Since I talked about Risana, let me talk about how she talked about how she would eat a nachi in the morning. She'll realize she wants another one, she'll eat it. In the afternoon when she needs a snack, she'll eat a nachi. She will eat another nachi after dinner, and she will take another one upstairs to her room. Now that is a good strategy. Do you need water? Yes, but that's not the point. The point is just get as much water-rich foods into your diet, and you might actually have the cheat code. All thanks to me. Comment below. Thank you, Lani. I think I'm gonna start making that a thing. It looks like I stole point number 9 to boost up point number 5, I think. Or post point number 7. But, I'll just emphasize again. Alcohol causes dehydration, right? So, if you alternate alcohol with water, here's one, you will be hydrated, which is very good, which is why you should watch that video that I've done before, because it will show you the importance of hydration. Ooh, what am I saying? Of hydration, right? So 1, you'll be hydrated. 2, you will not get drunk too quickly. 3, you will not have a super heavy hangover the next day. You will not have to drink a Bloody Mary or something like that, gross like that, to get rid of your hangover, So just drink water. My drinking buddies, we can have tequila and whatever cocktails and things, but we need to alternate with water. I cannot believe that I've gotten to the last part of the video and I have not said cheers. Drink more water. Worry about nada. When I clean my chakras, I'm the young Shankara, Mr. 99 Problems. Okay, I forgot the lyrics, but that's not the point. Drink water, friends. I'm gonna be talking about this for a while, hey, because this is part 1 of these tips and tricks. There's gonna be a part 2 next week, okay? And there's gonna be another video also talking about water. It's gonna be long until I give up on this. I think you're gonna be super hydrated at that time. You're gonna be water advocates yourself, okay? Water drinking advocates. I mean, any type of water advocate is good, right? Of course. Anyway, if you got up to this point, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I tried to make this video as short as possible. I do not know how long it's going to be, but I hope that you were able to get here. So if you got to this point, please comment below. Agua. Okay, comment water. I think just water is simple. Or say something, whatever you think. What was your favorite tip? What do you think I should have edited? What do you know about that you would like to share with the rest of our friends? Anyway, catch me here on Friday for the vlog, or on Wednesday for the rest of the tips if you're not impressed with this. Okay, I love you. Bye. Oh my god. Testing 1 2. I am sleepy, but I love my subscribers. Yeah. Okay, let's try that with the actual voice. I am sleepy, but I love my subscribers. I can't breathe. 9 tricks, 9 ways. What? 9 tips. Dear God, the intro is hard. What is the rest of the video gonna be like? Anyway, let's start over. This video is cursed. Mama, no.